Wow.
Welcome back to earlier today. If I can fix this guitar, I was I plugged this up, right, but I didn't have it on. That's funny. So
Is it on now?
yes, on.
Okay.
So I plugged it up, but that wasn't on. But it was plugged in, and I was saying all the names.
Of what?
The podcast.
Oh,
I was saying all the names. Like I was getting names from everywhere. Like which one did I see up there? Oh, Behind the Seams. I said that's a good one for a sewing podcast. Behind the Seams.
definitely a good one.
I said, ooh. I said, oh, the It Takes a Team podcast. The You Can Do It podcast. That sounds pretty cool. The Iamwe podcast. Right? Welcome to the Summer Vacation podcast. Think
You
about
was
it.
just reading off
Think
all of
about
them,
it.
huh?
Think about it. A summer vacation podcast. Like you want to live your life like it's summer vacation. You want to set yourself up that the way you can live your life is as if it's summer vacation. You can have summer vacation whenever you want.
Wow, yeah. That'd
I mean,
be great.
You put the money in the bricks. You do real estate. You put money in the proper investments. You put money in vending machines. Whatever it is that you put your money in, you want to be able to say, you want to be able to build your house, and your house looks like summer vacation. Like I don't really have to go nowhere because my house is better than the hotel.
Right.
Why can't you have your life like that?
I thought you was going somewhere else. I thought you was going to say maybe we can do the podcast during the summertime. Because you know how TV shows and series, they always come when it's the school time, like in September.
Yeah.
But we don't ever get nothing during the summertime. So it's like, yeah, maybe we can have.
Yeah, that's true. But
That's what I thought you was
yeah, I
going
mean
with
that's dope. Welcome
That's
to
different.
the Take a Dream Vacation. Now, Body and Spirit podcast. Working Wealth. I was looking at all of them. All of them.
Wow.
The No Bread, No Sugar podcast.
Where you see that at? Oh. We are reading from our vision board, guys.
Welcome back to the say one.
The exercise podcast.
The exercise. True. Welcome to the Get It Done
That would
podcast.
be his series.
I like
Yes,
that
Get
one.
It Done.
Welcome to the Get It Done podcast.
Get It Done podcast. That
Welcome
sounds
back
good.
to
Put in the Work podcast.
I like that one. Welcome to Put in the Work podcast. Welcome to the Make It Happen podcast.
Welcome to the Speak Life podcast.
I like that one. I said that one earlier, the Speak
like
Life
that.
podcast. And if they don't have one, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
The Speak Life
You definitely
podcast.
have to speak life and definitely have to speak affirmations, because the one thing that we can tear ourselves down.
Yeah.
We don't really listen to most other people, but
Yeah.
in our own heads is where we struggle.
But the thing is, it's because we listen to other people. We say we don't, and that's where the conflict comes in, because
I guess subconsciously
we
you're
try
not
our
realizing.
hardest to listen to other people. But it's something on the inside of us that's like,
Or please other people.
yeah, but it's something on the inside that's like, that's not right. You got to do it your way, right? But you try to listen to what other people say because you're like, well, I don't see myself succeeding in whatever area like I want to, so maybe I should listen to what they're saying.
Right. But if you listen to what they saying, sometimes what you had in your head gets cloudy now because you have all this saying and this, do this. And then in your head, you like, wait, what? Well, we should just listen to ourselves like, no, I have this idea. Let me try this idea first.
Right. And the thing
If that
is,
makes sense.
they don't want the life that you want. So if you listen to them, you're going to get
Right.
the life that they have.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Ooh.
I don't want that life.
Think about that.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, I'm successful. Yeah, you kind of look successful in something, whatever. I don't want your life, though.
Wow.
I want my life to be grander
Right,
than that,
right.
better than that, or whatever. Maybe better or worse. I don't know what you call it, but I want my life to be different than that.
Right.
So I have to do something different. What's in me is in me. That's why the Bible say, write the vision
Yes.
and make it plain.
Right.
Because it's in your head.
What God has for you is for you.
Yes.
No one else.
Right.
So
So
yeah.
you write it down, and then people that are meant to help you can see it and say, okay, that's what you're talking about. But there's so many people that will try to tell you what to do instead of how to do. The how to do is cool. Like, teach me how to study, but don't teach me what to study.
You said teach you how to do it. You know what? One thing we don't have is mentors.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
Because,
your mentor wants to see you succeed.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They
Right.
want a true mentor wants to
Right.
see you succeed, and they'll give you the hard task, the easy task, whatever it is, but they'll say their mission is to see you succeed.
Right. Because 9 times out of 10 they already accomplished it.
They've accomplished something and they've succeeded in something. And a true mentor doesn't necessarily have to do what you do.
Right.
They just have to want to see you succeed in some type of area. Maybe they're a mentor. Maybe they say they cook and you do music, and they're like, hey, I can be your mentor in business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have a business. I can just help you in growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
Right.
you once you run a business, you can kind of like learn how to run other businesses.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Because business is business. So
Right.
learning business is important. But I think we're getting off topic. We're getting on a lot of different topics. It's going together.
Actually,
It's working.
this was like kind of
It's
sort
working.
of went off topic a little bit. But speaking life,
Speak life.
That actually sounds good. What y'all think?
Yeah.
It actually sounds good because you can get a lot from that.
Yeah,
Especially if you look at the
we
Bible's
didn't go off
content.
topic because that's what it was. I forgot what
right.
we're talking about. Yeah.
Speaking life. And
Yeah,
you
speak life.
Right.
Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
Yep.
Right? Death and life are in the power of the tongue. You can speak death or you can speak life. A lot of times people speak death over themselves. Oh, I'm broke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you speaking that. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. I am.
Right.
When you say I am, then your life is going to follow what you say you are.
Yep.
Right? I am this. I am that. So speak the good things. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am favored by God.
Yes.
I am whole. I am magnificent. I am great.
Smart. I'm a leader.
Don't be afraid to be great.
Yes.
You're allowed to be great.
You are.
God, when he made everything, it said at the end of each day, it said, and God said that it was good. So why can't I say I'm good at something? Why can't I say I'm good? Why is that not being humble by saying I'm good?
Right.
I'm good, and that's it. Doesn't make me greater than anybody else about anything. That's where humility come in. I'm not greater than anybody else, but I'm good at what I do.
Right.
I have to know that I'm good at what I do to be confident to go and do it.
Yep.
But we take on humility, and then it'd be a false humility that's put in us.
Yes.
And then we learn to not speak life. Oh, I'm all right. I'm not that good. I could be better. No, you're great.
Yes.
Speak life into your skills, into your gifts, into your talents, into your ideas, into your vision. Speak life. You're great. You can do it. I really feel positive about this podcast. I feel positive about what we're doing. Motivation is what I always want to do, but then I'm always like, well, what did I do to show people that that they can do it? I'm always telling people that they can, but what did I do? I never gave up on my dreams.
Right.
I have been successful at my dreams a lot more than a lot of people that I know at what they wanted to do. A lot of them gave up on what they wanted to do. A lot of them just decided to do something else. I never gave up, and I did some. I'm an award winner for musicals. You understand? I'm an award winner. I won awards in theater, right? But I'm still like, well, I mean, of course, there's things that you can grow to and become more and do more. But I'm always looking down at myself like, well, I ain't do much. I ain't really do enough to tell somebody that they can. Oh, yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Yes, you can. I didn't go to school for theater. I went to church. I learned how to do it, remembering lines at church. I had a mentor in theater, Mr. Forrest Jones, God rest his soul. But he was sickly. He got sick. He passed away. I no longer had anybody to like teach me, but he taught me a couple things about theater. But man, Mr. Forrest Jones, he was the man for me. But I just learned by going and auditioning. And then I started auditioning for professional things without knowing what really professional is. I was like the Chitlin circuit kind of guy. Mr. Jones was very professional. He studied it. He knew it. But I just was like, church. They're like, hey, you want to be in this? Mom, I want some cornbread. Sure. You know what I mean? And I just found a love for it. And then next thing you know, I'm doing professional plays. And they're like, man, your voice. Okay, if my voice is the thing that gets me the job, and if it's not my acting, I can learn how to act as I'm here, right? So each play and each musical that I do, I get better at acting, and I get to use my voice, and I get to do the thing that God put in me without school. Not that I can't go to school, and I probably should take some lessons, and I probably will take some lessons, continue to work on my craft and build myself up. But yeah, I did, and you can too.
Right. And speaking of that, so because you did, it's like sometimes a lot of people look at what they did and then they start judging it like, well, it's not like this. That person actually went further, and comparison will tear you up all the time. Yeah. But the one thing you said is you never gave up on your dreams.
Right.
You never gave up on your dreams. You're still pursuing your dreams.
Right.
And
look at us here. This is a part of the dream.
Right.
Right. I didn't know podcasts, but a part of my desire is to be an inspiration.
Yeah, same.
Like that's my biggest thing. I want to inspire people.
Right.
Right. I want to speak life into people. I want to motivate people. I want to be the reason that somebody says, I didn't give up because of you.
Right. Yes.
Right. I saw you and I didn't give up.
Yes.
I saw you and it made me know that I could go for it, no matter how old they are, no matter how whatever their situation is. I'm not going to give up because I saw you not give up. And I'm like, this is part of it. You know what I'm saying? I have equipment. I'm watching friends of mine who have less equipment doing this, right? And I'm like, that's cool. And I'm pushing them and I'm rooting for them. And in the back of my mind, my wife is saying it. God is saying, like, you can do a podcast. I'm like, I can do a podcast. What do I have to say?
And you got a lot to say.
Exactly. I have a lot to say. I talk a lot, but really, but the thing is like, if God put it in me, and if I'm encouraged by you, my wife, and I'm like, I have all this equipment that I can actually produce people's podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you like the way my podcast look, if you like the way it sound, holla at me. I can help produce your podcast. But really, I can really produce people podcasts and get better at it. But I'm sitting there like, I don't know. And then I'm using the bad words.
Right.
What I have to say is not good enough. What I have to say is not enough for people, is not as important as what somebody else is saying. What?
Yeah, you got to watch what you say, because then when you say it, you're going to start living it.
Right.
No, you
got to live it. You live what you say.
Yep.
Right. And you know what? By the way, it's funny. I know y'all I know they ain't gonna just skip over the fact that they dress different.
Oh yeah,
like,
about that.
They just look different, right? So anyway, what happened was, at the beginning of this episode, we were basically trying to get the lighting together, trying to get the sound together, trying to get the background together, and we decided to just sit down and talk and see what it's gonna look like as a podcast. And we were looking around the room. We have a bunch of stuff on the walls that's like affirmations and what's they call vision boards and stuff. Yeah. So we're looking at all that stuff and we're just saying words that are on there for names of the podcast. And then turns out we're like, oh wait, this is an episode. So this is episode 1. The fact is, we're going to do a podcast. We're here.
You're here.
You're here. We thank you for watching.
Yes.
Really. And we hope that you like, comment, subscribe. What do you want us to talk about? We're just gonna have dope conversations. From our perspective, we're married. We're Christian. We love God. But we're like some of the realest people.
Yeah,
We're not regular.
You'll get his point of view, and you'll get my point of view because we think
way differently. I guess you can tell kind of. Even in this podcast, that you'll hear some things that are like, okay, he's saying this and she's saying that, something way different, but it all works.
But it's different, but it still kind of goes together.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. Like two magnets.
That's funny.
Like two magnets. Anyway, like opposites. Yeah, opposites attract.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cassidy. I got my daughter Cassidy back there, behind the camera, helping produce this podcast, which is cool.
Shout outs to Cassidy.
But anyway, I don't want to drag this out too long. We done talked about it. We all seen what we were doing. Here we are, about to have this podcast. The name of the podcast is The P.O.T.T.
Yes.
Power of the Tongue.
Power of the tongue.
That's what it's about. The power of the tongue. Because death and life are in the power of the tongue.
Yes.
And in the Bible, it's so many times where God is saying, I'm going to do what you said. He gave us the power to speak, right? He said, now unto him who's able to do exceeding abundant above all you can ask or think, according to the power that works in you. What's the power that works in you? Faith and words.
Yes.
We have the ability to speak what we want, and God will do what we say. In Numbers, he told the people, I'm going to do what you say. They were complaining in the wilderness, and they said, we hope that we wish we would have died in the wilderness. He said, okay, I'm going to do what you said. In Matthew or Luke or whatever in the Gospels, Jesus said, if you say to this mountain, be removed, it will be cast into the sea. So, and there's so many other scriptures where it's what we say.
Yes.
The power that works in us are the words. He gives us the ability to do what he does. Right. So anyway,
so in conclusion,
I could go preaching
life
all day.
Okay,
Hallelujah.
speak life. Watch what you say. Okay,
Watch what you say.
And you have the power to speak positivity into yourself and to the next person.
Right.
So just watch what you say. Be mindful.
Watch
okay?
what you say.
Love life.
And again, subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
Watch us. Share. This is the #1 podcast. Anyway, peace and blessings.
Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to
like,
comment,
subscribe, share everything. You know
share.
We're getting this together. But thank you.
Thank you, guys. We
subscribe.
appreciate it. Subscribe.
Follow us. The #1 podcast.
#1. Speak it.
The P.O.T.T.
Power of the tongue.
Peace and blessings.
Peace.